I wanted to bring to you some lower body banded exercises that you could work into a workout when you're traveling, when you can't make it to one of the workouts, or you just need a little bit something extra. So I will demonstrate different moves using a variety of the bands. We have the cloth bands that work better on like upper leg movements. We have the rubber ones that have a little bit more give to them, and then we have the bigger bands. Again, these are all things that you can order on Amazon. They come in different colors for different levels. The majority of them stick with the same color options, but again, they'll tell you on them, where they fall in line with the most resistance to the least resistance. So I will show you a couple different moves. My recommendation with these, do each move for 30 seconds of work, rest for 10 to 15 seconds in between, and I would do each move 4 times before you move to the next one. That's just the simplest way to get a burnout through it. If you want to do each move for 30 seconds and then cycle through them 4 different times, you can do that as well. Again, kind of play around with it, but get that burn in the muscle before you move over. So I'm going to go through the first 4 moves, or this first little block that I have it set up as. We're going to be down on the ground using the rubber one to start with. So it's a banded single leg bridge, which means you're going to take the band and put it around the arch of your foot. You can do this move with or without the band as well, but the band with the loop is going to go straight up towards the sky. This heel is digging into the ground. The base of this foot is up towards the ceiling. You are raising the hips up towards the sky and releasing back down. If you want a little bit more resistance, pull the band in towards your chest a little bit more, kicking up towards the sky. You can always add the pulse at the top, releasing down right before you hit the max, shooting back up towards the sky. With this one, my recommendation is always to do 2 times on each side and then switch to the other side again so you can get that burnout. So that's your single leg bridge. Then the bridge abduction, you can take the same loop or you can take one of the rubber ones, put it up onto the top part of your leg, your thigh, right above your knee, and you're gonna go into your bridge. So again, digging the heels in, you're turning your hips under, up towards the sky, and then you are going in and out with those knees. So if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you would do a pulse at the outside before you release back in, keeping the hips up as high as you can, glutes engaged, working that outer hip area, the abductor. So that would be your second move. The third one is the bridge walkout to a hold. This one, you might as well just keep the band on there. Let me show you from this angle. You're gonna go up nice and high, walking those heels out, getting as straight as you can, and just holding here. So you're squeezing all along your posterior chain, feeling it through those hamstrings, walking it back in, and releasing. That is going to be the bridge walkout hold. Again, you could do the in and out bridge walkout if you want to choose that one instead. And then banded squats. So this one you do have to stand up. I recommend keeping that cloth band up nice and high. This one's going to bring in a little bit more cardio. So your feet are about hip width apart, toes are facing forward, and you're just going up and down as fast as you can, keeping the knees pressing out, seeing they're tracking over my toes. We don't want them to go out. We don't want them to cave in from that band. So in and out here, staying nice and low. That's going to be the first block of 4 moves. Then the next one, we're going to go into our mini band frog press. With this block of 4, most of them are going to be on the belly. So this one I think has been named like the roasted chicken or something, but you're coming supine, so you're down on your belly, upper body is relaxed. Remember, heels are together on this one, toes are facing out. Ooh, this one, my apologies. We are up here on this one. So heels are together, toes are out. In your frog stance, your knees are always out, and then this is that slight move where you're engaging your glutes, but you're engaging your core first. So squeeze here, raise those heels up towards the sky. So it is a very small movement, really focusing on the glutes. Don't engage the upper body, otherwise it becomes a lower back move and more like that Superman. So engaging the glutes, lifting up from there. Then we're gonna do the belly leg lifts. This one, we're bringing the band back down to the ankles. Sorry, it's a little bit harder to show you the angles here, but you're down on the ground. This is our McDonald's arch, right? We're coming up and out, up and in, up and out, up and in. Do 2 sets of 30 seconds on this side. and then 2 seconds, or 2 sets of 30 seconds on this side. So those are your belly or your supine leg lifts. Then we're gonna do hamstring curls. So you're gonna wrap one around the arch of your foot, and then the other one is gonna be around your ankle. The one that's around your ankle is the one that's going to be working. So you're leading with the heel, keeping your foot flexed, leading that heel towards your glutes, slow on that release down. Doing 2 sets of 30 seconds on this side, and then switching, planting the other foot, leading with the heel. So this is your hamstring curls, feeling it through the hamstring here, pushing your belly into the mat. And then banded mountain climbers, you're gonna put the band around the arches of both feet. This is gonna work your hip flexors, a lot of other things, but right here, and then it's gonna bring a little bit more of a cardio aspect into it. So bringing that knee in, you can go as slow or as fast as you want to. Shoulders are stacked on top of your wrist. That's gonna be your second block of 4. And then the last one, we're gonna bring in the bigger band. This one's a little bit tricky to get into. My suggestion is to hold it here in the middle, make your 2 little teardrops. You're gonna place your feet in here, so it's right there in that arch. The arch allows you to have a little bit more, I guess, hold on the move. And then you want this as high on your hips as you can. My suggestion is to come down to the ground, bring your heels as close as you can to your glutes, and kind of work it up here. So notice how high it is on my hips, and then my feet are planted. Those are gonna be my anchors, and I'm coming up, doing a pulse, and releasing almost down to the ground, but turning my hips in, up, pulse, releasing back down. The work's gonna be from here to here, so it's that little range where you're gonna get the most resistance from your band. So if you wanna pulse and hang out there, that's gonna give you the most work. All right, and then banded donkey kicks. You're gonna keep the band around one of your feet. Bring it around your knee here, and you're coming onto all 4s. Now the way you hold it in the front is gonna be a little bit different. You can hold it this way. You could come and wrap it around. Some people find it more comfortable to have it around your biceps, but find what works for you, and with that resistance. And then you are kicking out through your heel on this one, all right? Nice squeeze. We don't wanna arch our backs too much. Get a nice belly tuck or a hip tuck under, core is nice and strong, kicking through that heel, about body height. So do 2 sets on that side, 2 sets on the other, and then deadlifts. So we're standing up for this one. Teardrop again, taking your feet, band right underneath the arches of your feet, and our deadlift, remember, spine is straight, tailbone is back, there's a slight bend here. You're coming up, squeeze, 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 tuck under, and push that tailbone back. So your weight's gonna go on your heels. Release as much as you need to. You don't need to come all the way down, because then you're just releasing too much here. So you can keep some resistance. Up, tuck under, and squeeze. Pushing that tailbone back, up, under, and squeeze. And then to finish with a little bit of cardio and some burnout, our board breakers. So your weight's gonna be on that front foot, arms up overhead, just tapping the foot behind you. So the majority of your weight is on this leg. So then you're getting your quad and your glute as you bring up that heart rate and get a little bit more core action. So there we are. We have 3 blocks, 4 moves in each block. My recommendation is 30 seconds of work, 4 times on each move. Good luck.